Hi, welcome to this part of my review featuring the Otherworlds called Rulebook. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review, featuring this science fantasy role-playing game, where you play as wanderers who move between worlds, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about the Ornok and the machines. Let's start with the Ornok. They are large and in charge. They can beat you silly, and they can alter smells. The Ornok are gnarly and hulking, and are characterized by their shades of green skin. They are giant grotesque brutes with a variety of green skin tones. Their bodies are covered with many warts and bubbles that secrete scents of their choice. Ornok are most infamous for their history with the Feelings, who they used to frequently hunt and eat for sport. The Ornok typically live in small villages or off on their own. Many become hermits and eat any nearby wanderers. Ornok are easily angered and do not get along with others easily. Ornok will work together if needed, especially if they are allying together to take down opposing forces. Other than that, they don't typically get along well with each other, and especially not with other species. Some Ornok worship food more than anything, and in general will do anything for an appetizing meal. Ornok will only undertake adventures if it's in their best interest. They value things such as gluttony and power. They despise selflessness and weakness. They have male names such as Oppo or Pelpro. They have female names such as Kudja or Dertha. They are quite tall. They are considered large. They are not very fast on their feet. They have the languages of Common and Orno. When it comes to their speech, male Ornok are loud and boisterous with their tone. Female Ornok tend to sound like old witches. They can live up to 500 years. They have a weakness towards fire, but they are resistant against poison. When it comes to attribute bonuses, they are pretty strong and tough, but they don't have too much resolve. Concerning some of their skills, they have things such as Girth. You gain an additional 1 health per 1 toughness you have. You also have Ornok Odor. As an Ornok, you possess the unique ability to manipulate the typical foul scent that wafts from your pores to be any scent of your choice. That way you can cause stress, even healing, help with sleep, or even cause panic, and many other things. Then we have the machines. They are built for a purpose, well equipped, and tech savvy. They come in all shapes and sizes, but most are humanoid in both shape and size. They are mostly characterized by being artificially designed, of course, usually by means of electricity, but sometimes astral, steam-powered, or other resources. When it comes to history, on most worlds, machines are recent innovations. Anthos has the largest population of them, despite Christos having the most advanced society. Anthos sees machines as a great answer to the ongoing threat of the Chimera, who've been running around more and more rampant over the years. By comparison, Arkwin has all sorts of tinkerers who love creating their own versions of these constructs as a grand artistic display, even holding competitions for it. Machines only live in advanced societies, and are often designed to aid in a specific purpose, whether that's to provide information to tourists or to kill. Many other species and races don't like the inclusion of machines because it feels so unfamiliar to them. Machines live their day-to-day lives, performing the functions of their programming. They don't do recreational activities unless programmed to do so. Machines are made with a purpose, of course, and that purpose could be to guard someone, seek someone, or even find a treasure. So they only go into adventures that are related to their purpose. They value things related to their programming, and they despise whatever is against their programming. Being constructs, they have non-binary names such as Code 6184, Cruise, or Junk. When it comes to their traits, they are human-sized, but they can be built to any size. They are quite fast on their feet, of course. They have been designed to be quite efficient. They have the language of Common. Concerning their speech, Of course, they are artificial and thus have a difficult time of speaking in ways that many others would consider normal. Being constructs, of course, they do not age, at least not like an organic being. They have a weakness towards acid and lightning. They have a resistance against fire and ice, and they are immune to status effects. They also have dark side. Machines are artificially made with superior strength and intellect, but they are not exactly very wise. Concerning their skills, you have things such as robotic. Being a construct, your health stat is instead durability, making it so you don't heal by typical means such as medkits, magical spells, or cure. But this also means that you are not affected by many things that usually have some sort of detrimental effect upon organic beings. You also have reboot. When you are downed, if your death check result is a 6, you repair your durability by 1. Additionally, as long as you have your core processor intact, you can be rebuilt with your original memories and abilities. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part we are going to talk about the vampires and the Vantikar. I like these two species, that is the Ornok and the machines. Concerning the Ornok, they remind me of the Koopa Troopa. They kinda look like someone who would belong in Bowser's army, but in a more badass humanoid way. I think Nintendo was the source of inspiration for some of these illustrations, considering the feelings that the illustration looks a bit like a Pikachu, like a humanoid Pikachu. So in the case of the Ornok, I really like it how they are quite gross and they can control their smells to produce negative or positive effects. However, I think it's going to be somewhat of a challenge to get them into an adventure. They are not exactly the easiest to get along with, but that's also part of the fun when playing tabletop role-playing games. And when it comes to the machines, I think they are great to represent like a sort of Terminator character, especially because of their durability and how they are not affected by many things that usually could be the end of many organic beings. But when it comes to their purpose, I think it's an interesting exploration of the purpose of machines. Is there sentience, some sort of awareness to these constructs? This can all be explored during the course of your adventures through roleplay. Thank you for watching this part of the review, and thank you for your likes and your comments. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. And remember, it is better to roleplay and fail in character than not to roleplay and fail as a player. Once again, thank you, and see you later.